Updated July 5, 2018, 17 hours, 24 minutes and 13 seconds. Rugby's world governing body was forced to intervene after Zimbabwe's national team slept on the street in Tunisia following problems with their accommodation and visas. However, the Tunisian Rugby Union, after initially apologising, have hit back at the anti-sports and unethical actions of the Zimbabwean delegation. Zimbabwe's rugby team, nicknamed the Sables, is in Tunisia for a test match in Bejar that forms part of the 2019 World Cup qualifying campaign. The Sables landed in the North African country on Monday afternoon directly from Kenya, where they narrowly lost 45-36. However, upon arrival the Zimbabwean team faced a number of issues. The team was initially delayed for almost 6 hours at the airport in Tunis because it did not have the required €600 $949 to pay for visas, and later walked out of their allotted hotel in Bejar after the squad deemed it substandard. Players then slept outside the same hotel. In a joint statement, Rugby Africa and Tunisia Rugby Union said they would like to express their sincere apologies to the Sables, Zimbabwe team and management for this unfortunate situation. We would like to reassure the Zimbabwean Ministry of Sports, Zimbabwe Rugby Union and all partners and fans that the situation was addressed immediately and an acceptable solution has been found. Tunisia Rugby Union took the Sables management to visit another hotel, which was accepted. World Rugby tweeted that, "We are aware of an issue regarding the Zimbabwe team ahead of their Rugby Africa Gold Cup match on Saturday. We have received firm assurances from Rugby Africa that the issue has been quickly and effectively resolved." However, the Tunisian Rugby Union have since followed up with another statement, saying it strongly deplores the anti-sports and unethical actions of the Zimbabwe team, claiming the visitors began complaining as soon as they arrived in the country. In response to delays the Sables faced at the airport, the Tunisian Union said the requirement to pay for visas was common between African countries, and that the 60 dinars $31 per person fee had been communicated to Rugby Africa a month prior to the match. The statement then states that after being transferred by air-conditioned bus, and checking into their hotel in the town of Bejar, a town just over 100 kilometers west of Tunis, the head of the Zimbabwean delegation expressed reservations about the state of the bathroom in one of the rooms, the lack of a swimming pool and the low internet speed. The spokesperson then started talking about leaving the hotel on the pretext that it is not decent enough for his team. The team slept out overnight but was then transferred to a different hotel in the nearby town of Neza. Many in Zimbabwe, including former sports minister David Coltart, have accused Tunisian authorities of trying to unsettle the Sables ahead of Saturday's match. But the Zimbabwe Rugby Union has also faced criticism. It was accused of failing to pay player match fees and allowances, with loose forward Takudza Mandiwanza allegedly being heard to claim in a leaked audio recording that Zimbabwe coach Peter de Villiers had to use personal funds to buy the team a meal while they were stranded. Gerald Malotso, head of the national team's welfare committee, disputed the players' reported claims. "I hope that it was just the pure frustration of the situation in Tunisia that promoted his outburst in relation to allowance, and nothing else," Mr. Malotso said. "The fact is that players are paid in arrears, like most people. The camp allowances and match fees from the Kenya game were paid on Monday. The camp fees and allowances for Tunisia will be paid the following Monday. It's that simple." The Rugby Africa Gold Cup is the continent's premier test rugby competition, and the winner this year will automatically qualify for the World Cup in Japan next year. Zimbabwe hired former Springbok coach de Villiers earlier this year with the aim of qualifying for the World Cup for the first time since 1991. In their earlier qualification matches, Zimbabwe drew 23-23 with Morocco at home before suffering defeat against Kenya. 6 African countries, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Tunisia, Morocco, Kenya and Uganda, remain in the qualifying picture for next year's World Cup in Japan. Namibia is firm favorite to progress automatically. ABC Topics: Rugby Union World Cup, Rugby Union, Sport. Tunisia first posted July 5, 2018, 16 hours 14 minutes and 26 seconds.